subscribe. Okay, now let's get to it. I heard that you're having some difficulty understanding simple items. That's totally fine. I'm here to help you today with some of the harder ones. Let's start with some scissors. What do you think? Have you heard of scissors before? They look like this. Like this. One side of scissors look like two pieces of plastic with holes in them. This is called a handle. This part of the scissors is called a handle. This side, this metal part, is actually two pieces pushed together. This is the part of the scissors that cuts things, and we will demonstrate that with paper. But you can cut other things. You just have to be very careful not to cut your body, because you will bleed. So, to use scissors, you will need to put your hand in these holes. How you'll do that is you'll find the smaller hole. The hole that is shorter, not as long, shorter. That hole is where your thumb will go, not these fingers, your thumb, okay? Your thumb will go in the smaller hole. Your other fingers, all of your other fingers, will go in the long hole, okay? So, I'm going to demonstrate that for you. I'm putting my thumb in the small hole. Actually, I need to go this way. You'll have to figure out what way it needs to go. But I'm putting my thumb in the small hole. And these fingers, my long fingers, will go in the long hole, okay? I am now holding the scissors. This next step can be dangerous, so you will want to make sure the scissors are not pointing towards your body. You want them pointing to the side or away from your body, like this, okay? So, now that your fingers are in the scissors, we want to separate these two pieces of metal. Right? To separate the metal, the hand that is holding the scissors, you'll want to go from this position to open. So from a closed position to open, and when you do that, the metal will separate. I'll show you here. Just like that. And then this is an open position. Whenever I close my hand, the metal also closes. So that's easy to remember, right? So, we're going to start with the metal closed. I want you to grab a piece of paper if you are practicing along with me, or just watch. I have a coupon from McDonald's, the fast food chain. It's no longer valid, so we can cut it. We can practice with it. I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to go from the closed position to the open position. Once the scissors are open, you want to very carefully put your paper inside of the scissors, inside of the open metal area. Make sure that your fingers are not in the open part of the metal area. You want them away from the scissors, because you don't want them to close on you, okay? piece of paper, okay? And that, my friend, is how you use scissors. Your hands will still be in this position when you finish cutting, okay? You can cut multiple times by opening and closing your hand just like this. Okay, but you want to end with it closed, but with a closed hand. And then to remove your fingers from the scissors, take your other hand. Hold the scissors on the plastic area to be safe on the handles. Pull it away from your hand just like that, just like that. And now you can set your scissors down. They will not be attached to your hand for forever. Do not worry about that. And now we've got our paper. So glad I could help you with that. Let's go to our next thing. These are called sunglasses. Sunglasses, okay? Sunglasses are used to protect your eyes from bright light, especially from the sun. The sun, when it is sunny, not cloudy. When it is sunny out, a lot of people will use sunglasses for their eyes. You can also use sunglasses when it's cloudy. I didn't mean that you could not use them when it's cloudy. You just do not want it to be dark outside because then it will be very hard to see with sunglasses. Because sunglasses are made with lenses. This is called a lens, and this is called a lens. This is the front of the sunglasses. Okay, so the front of the sunglasses, the lenses, they are transparent, so you can see through them even though they are dark. The darkness is what will protect your eyes from bright light from the sun, okay? Will also help you see when it is very bright outside on a very sunny day. So the lenses are the part that you will look through. On the outside of the lenses is something called a frame that holds the lenses. Frames are usually made out of plastic or metal. This set has a little bit of plastic and metal. So we're looking at the lenses still, right? With these plastic and metal frames. If I flip these into this position, you will see these shapes. These are called arms of the sunglasses. Arms. They're part of the frame. And they connect to the front of the frame. As you can see, they move up and down, like so. They are connected by hinges, which is something that is used indoors to open and close a door if you have seen a door before. They're just very small hinges. also plastic. So, to put the sunglasses on your face, you will need to put the arms up, up, up. They were laying down. They were probably laying down wherever you had them stored. You will want to place them up, 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 so they are perpendicular from the lenses. The goal, you might have to practice this a couple times, but the goal of this will be to put the arms above your ears. I will pull my hat up. I hope you are not a Green Bay Packers hater, and if you are, just know I don't actually care about football. This is my husband's hat. So, the arms are up. We're wanting to put them on top of my ears. This arm will go on top of my left ear. This arm will go on top of my right ear. You want to hold the lenses like this, where you can look through the lens, okay? You want to slide the arms above your ears until the front part of the glasses is touching your nose, until this part of the glasses is touching your nose and the lens is covering your eyes. Be careful. You do not want to put the lenses too high, because they will fall, or too low, because then your eyes will not be protected. Am I right? Yes, because you can see my eyes. You want the lenses, the front frame of the glasses, to sit on top of your nose so that you can look through the lenses. To take the sunglasses off, hold the outside of the front of the frame that we talked about earlier, where the frame connects to the arms. Hold it there and pull the lenses away from your face, like this. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Now you will be holding the glasses with the arms upright, perpendicular, open, open. We want to close them to be able to put them away. To do that, you want to put one arm down and then the other arm down. And now you can store them easily. Just practice opening, sliding above your ears, removing and closing. That's the full motion, and I know that was fast. You can get to that point if you just practice. Okay. So next I have a large wooden spoon. This should be a little more simple to understand because there are no moving parts to this orange wooden spoon. Spoons are made up of a handle. The handle is the skinnier part, the thinner part of the spoon. And then this part of the spoon is the part that scoops food. We're going to talk about soup during this, but spoons can be used to scoop any type of food. But let's let's imagine that we want to scoop, 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 scoop. That we want to scoop from soup from a large pot into a smaller bowl. That you will be eating out of the smaller bowl, right? Spoons have an indentation right here. It's indented, so that it can hold the soup, The only way it can hold the soup is if it is horizontal like this. If the spoon is upright in this position, the soup will fall out of the indentation and out of the indentation. To hold the spoon, place it horizontal in this position. Open your hand that you will be using to hold the spoon. Place it on the spoon like this and close it. So it'll be like this, and then you'll close it. Now you're holding the spoon. To scoop the soup, to scoop the to scoop the soup, you will want to move the spoon over the pot. I want you to imagine the pot is right below me, right below my face. You want to put the spoon right over the pot so that the indentation is right over where you want to scoop. And then you want to put the spoon into this position, okay? So it's perpendicular to what it was before. It's in the exact opposite orientation. You want to place it into the soup so that just the indented part is in the soup. You don't want to be so far in the soup that the soup is touching your hand, because that would be messy. Go into the soup. Now to scoop it onto the spoon, you want to go from this position very slowly back into our starting position. And then to move it into your bowl from the pot, you will move your hand and place it in a position so that the scooping part of the spoon is now over your bowl. And you will release it by either turning the spoon away from you or towards you. Does that make sense? You will want the scooping part of the spoon to be close to your bowl so it doesn't splatter. So if you have it high, put it as close to your bowl as you can without touching it. And then release the soup into the bowl. Now, you might want to stir your soup. To stir your soup, you never want your spoon to be in a horizontal position. You always want it to be in this straight up and down perpendicular position. Okay, so just like this. And you'll want to put the spoon, again, don't put it so far in the soup that your hand is wet with soup. You'll want to put the spoon in the pot and move in a circular motion around the pot. Do not move so hard and fast that soup is flying out of the pot. No. Do not hit the sides of the pot so hard that you're going to knock the pot over. You just want to keep the spoon in this position and go in a circle. Instead of going horizontal like we talked about before for scooping, for stirring, you want to pull it straight out like this so that all the soup falls off the spoon. Does that make sense? I hope you are able to enjoy your important because it is getting cold outside. This is called a glove. A glove. It's used to cover your hand. Oh, I think my husband is home. Let me mute for a second. So, this is a glove. A glove. It's used to cover your hand in the winter. In the winter, okay? So, gloves will look like your hand. So if you look at your hand and then you look at a glove, it will look like one of your hands. The hand that it looks like is the hand that it's going to go on. So this one has four long pieces of fabric that are right next to each other. And then it has one shorter piece of fabric that is a little bit lower than everything else. So if you look at your hand, you have 4 long fingers and one thumb. If you have lost a finger for any reason, you just have to imagine that one of your fingers is there for this to work, okay? And maybe we can get some gloves created for you that look exactly like your hand. But we can have this piece of fabric cover our whole hand so that your hand is warm in the winter. And how you do that, if you flip it this way, there is a hole. There is a hole that you will want to open. So take one of your fingers and open it like this. Now, when you first we're going to put our hand inside of this hole. When you first put your hand in the hole, you want it to be all of your fingers touching. Does that make sense? Just like this. You don't want it like this, because then it won't fit. It won't fit in the hole. You want it to be like this. So, I'm going to look at where the thumb is on this glove. I'm going to open the hole, and I'm going to make sure my thumb, when it slides in the glove, I know this is complicated, I'm so sorry, but when it slides in the glove, I want it to be up at the top, right? Because that's where the thumb is on this glove. So I have my fingers closed. I'm going to slide it in. You'll need to use your other hand to help slide it over like this, and you'll just like that, okay? Now my hand is inside the glove. Remember what we talked about. Your 4 long fingers are going to go up here. So when we pull this down, we want to make sure our fingers are going into the finger holes. And then our thumb is going into the thumb hole, or the thumb section. The thumb piece of fabric, okay? And just like that, you will have a glove on. I know that was a hard one. Now to take the glove off, to take it off. You will need to look at your glove, okay? And you can pinch the fabric at the top of your fingers. Don't pinch your fingers, just pinch only the fabric. Get a good hold on the fabric and pull it up like that. Now, you can see that I'm able to only pull these 2 fingers right now. And they're separating from the fingers that were inside of them. I'm able to pull only the fabric connected to those 2 fingers. So I'm going to pull those 2, and then I'm going to pull these 2, just like that. And now they're all disconnected from my fingers. If I go like this, there's no fingers in there. Same thing with your thumb. You want to pinch and pull it. So now there's no thumb in that section. I want to take the part that doesn't have fingers in it now, and I want to just pull it like that. You see, now my hand is free. This will also take some practicing to be able to easily just slip it on. And pull it off. Gloves will come with 2. If you buy gloves, it will come with 2. The other glove is for your other hand. For my left hand, I was just using my right hand. You will need to practice going through the same process on a different hand, but it is the exact same process, okay? Okay. Sounds good. I'm glad I could help you today with a couple of these items. Maybe I'll come back again and help you with other items. Have the best week, okay? I'm posting